3, 2, 1.
My talk title today is The Power of Appreciation. And I'm wondering, have you ever noticed how the phrase "I appreciate you" has come into common use? And as you probably know from other talks, I like to get deep into words and their use because I want my words to have as much clarity as I can muster, whether I'm communicating with people or communicating with the universe in manifesting my best life. So like many words, appreciate has a combo of meanings. It started in the 17th century French and Latin history. The act of estimating the quality and worth of something is one of the definitions of appreciate. To esteem or value highly is another one. And that's from the late Latin word appreciatus. Yes, appreciatus, the sense of a rise in value. And then in the 1800s, sometime, it became the definition to be fully conscious of, implying that the use of wise judgment or delicate perception was also going on when you use the word appreciate. When someone says, "I appreciate you" to another person in a sentence, it's usually because they feel that that person has done something good for them or with them in a relationship or a situation at work and deserves an outward recognition of thanks or gratitude, or also wanting to share their acknowledgement. People say, "I appreciate you," because they want to share their acknowledgement and respect for something helpful, of exception usually, for your hard work that you've done, showing admiration towards that hard work in an effort to help out. There's a dispute, though, that "I appreciate you" is actually poor grammar. But when you stop and think about it, our little phrases that we have in the colloquial are full of not so great grammar, like "first come, first serve." It's actually "first come, first served." Or "I could care less" is actually "I couldn't care less." One and the same is one and the same. "He did good" versus "he did well." But it doesn't matter in that it's now part of the vernacular and people know what you mean. I must admit the whole "I appreciate you" thing put me off balance a bit when I started hearing it. Obviously, that's not a bad thing to put someone off balance a little bit, but as the phrase started being used more and more as a replacement to "thank you," I wondered, how do I answer such a thing, especially when given as a receipt for a favor or agreement? Well, of course, "you're welcome" was the natural choice, but then I realized many times it was a sign of not only thankfulness for a job well done or a task agreed upon or a gift received, it was a sign of affection and or respect that was a newer, deeper meaning involved. That's what I mean about the deeper meaning of a word or a phrase. Thank you can be said more as a passing comment nowadays, a polite but not always deeply felt phrase recognizing this gift or the appreciation of receiving some help. Whereas "I appreciate you" adds a little gravitas, you know what I mean? It adds a little feeling, it's a little more personal, an acknowledgement of the person's talents, abilities, or effort that they have brought to the situation. It's an acknowledgement of the person's talents and abilities. It's deeper, it's more thoughtful and intentional. "I appreciate you" is a more powerful phrase, I believe, than "thank you." It's more thorough, it's multidimensional, it's even metaphysical, if you think about it. As we explore being in gratitude this month, I want us to sink into the depths of the power of appreciation. Sink in it till it reaches the top of your boots and then fills them up. I want us to understand the clarity and power this word appreciate brings to not only our thanks to others for what they do or for us or with us, but in the clarity and power in our prayers, meditations, our envisionings, in our expressions of declaring and revealing to ourselves and the universe that which we have decided to have in our lives. We appreciate it. We are in appreciation. Words matter, my friends. Words matter. When we appreciate, we not only acknowledge the reception of our good, we recognize the added value that it brings to us and the feelings involved in the reception and experience of that demonstration, of that thing that we have brought into our lives, that idea, that peace of mind, that car, that new job, that better relationship with so-and-so. It's an affection that we include in this acknowledgement. It's not just an acknowledgement. It's not just a polite thank you. It's the feelings behind it. Now, I'm not asking you to always say, I appreciate you, or even appreciate it instead of thank you. I'm reminding you of the power of the word appreciate, and that adding it to your vocabulary, adding it to your affirmative prayer, adding it to your meditative words and envisioning processes is multi-level, multi-dimensional, this word appreciate, and can be for you in your manifestation work as well as your everyday work with people. What you're saying to yourself and what you're saying to the universe matters. And using that deep, thick word appreciate gives more power to what's going on. The thoughts, feelings, envisioning, imagination, visualization, meditations, affirmations, and prayers that are filled with appreciation equals having great thanks, equals having great gratitude, equals the love and appreciation of your good, and thus equals the manifested results being in your experience. Because you already appreciate it. You already are having it. It is already here, which in turns equals the expression of your magnificence manifested intentionally using the power that is innate in you right here, right now. Doesn't have to be added. That power is innate in you right now. All this because you decide to vibrate at the speed of the divine. You decide to declare to live in joyous communion with who and what you are, which, of course, is an individualized expression of that energy called whatever you want to call it. All this because you intentionally live, breathe, think, and feel in the frequency of having, receiving, and loving your life. All this because of appreciating, being appreciative, living in appreciation. When you shine your light on anything, be appreciative and thankful and full of gratitude. It's not only polite, it's heartfelt, it's powerful, it's divine driven. And know this, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Namaste.